some of the world's best poets at the Geraldine R. Dodge Poetry Festival.
Even with insects, some can sing, some can't.
The poet Coleman Barks is a son of the American South who teaches English at the University of Georgia. For many years, he has devoted himself to the poetry of the 13th century Persian mystic, Rumi.
There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them.
In this hour, Coleman Barks with the Paul Winter Consort and the poetry of Rumi.
Coleman Barks comes to us from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's taller. And Athens, Georgia. And by some mysterious travel, Turkey. Coleman Barks.
All the poems tonight are the words of 13th century mystic Jalaluddin Rumi. I think that's all I'll say. Listen to presences inside poems. Let them take you where they will. Follow those private hints and never leave the premises. I am so small. How can this great love be inside me? Look at your eyes. They're small. But they see enormous things. Walk to the well. Turn as the earth and the moon turn, circling what they love. Whatever circles comes from the center. Jalaluddin Rumi. He was an Islamic mystic, 13th century poet who wrote in Persian, and all of his poems were spoken or sprang spontaneously from these ecstatic states. The poetry has to do with the opening of the heart and exploring the mystery of what they call union.
A 13th century mystic?
Yeah. The mystical poet believes or knows that we're in the midst of some enormous creative energy that makes 300 billion galaxies and these flowers and the people in a restaurant, the unbelievable variety and energy going on all the time. We're in the midst of it.
Do you find it hard to talk about mysticism?
Yeah. I don't know whether I'm supposed to talk about it, really. And particularly on television.
Mysticism wasn't meant to be public, was it?
No, it comes from the word, the mystes, members of the mystery cults in ancient Greece, and the mystes has to do with this, with the mouth and with silence. Shh. The mystes were the ones who did not speak their secrets.
And they're hard to tell because they are secrets. And
Yes, they are. But I think it's time to tell them.
All day I think about it. Then at night, I say it. Where did I come from? And what am I supposed to be doing? I have no idea. My soul is from elsewhere. I'm sure of that. And I intend to end up there. This drunkenness began in some other tavern. When I get back around to that place, I'll be completely sober. Meanwhile, I'm like a bird from another continent, sitting in this aviary. The day is coming when I fly off. But who is it now in my ear who hears my voice?
There was once a frog from the ocean that came to visit a frog who lived in a little ditch, 3 feet by 4 feet by 2 feet. And the little frog jumped down in the ditch and would go up to the other side and say, "How did you like that?" to the ocean frog. He said, "Don't it?" Explored his little hole in the ground. And he says, "What is it like where you live?" And the frog that lived in the ocean said, "I couldn't tell you. It's like, you have to go there someday. I'll take you there someday," he said. That is like trying to describe mystical reality to someone who lives in the confines of the mind. That's like the difference between that ditch and the ocean. And maybe through mystical poetry, you get a little taste or a little fragrance of salt breeze coming.